Hey folks, welcome to Tyrdom. So, J.R.R. Tolkien did not invent Middle-earth. He recovered it. Most people focus on what inspired Tolkien in his epic works. But the real question is different, I would argue. Why does his world feel so real? Tolkien was not trying to invent something new. Rather, he was trying to reconnect with something older. In the letters of J.R.R. Tolkien, and specifically in the letter 163, he describes the Kalevala as something that felt like discovering an eyesight. A cellar filled with bottles of amazing wine. In letter 131, he explains that his legendarium was an attempt to create mythology. Not stories, mythology. And if you look at the structure of his world, it's not modern. It doesn't share the structures of modern stories. It's something way deeper than that. It has a northern archetypical format, I would argue. And if we look at the character of Gandalf, one of the most famous characters from the series, in Lord of the Rings, he appears as a wandering figure. An old man, cloaked, carrying a staff. He moves between worlds, between life and death. And if we compare this to Odin, in the Poetic Edda and the Prose Edda, Odin appears as a wanderer in disguise. He's oftentimes referred to as Grimnir, which translates to the masked one. And Odin was a seeker of knowledge, willing to pay almost any price to achieve that. And he famously sacrificed one of his eyes at Mimir's well, and also hanged himself from Yggdrasil, the world tree, or the tree of knowledge. These two share the same pattern, the one who crosses the boundary and returns with knowledge. But there's also another layer here, less obvious but still important, and it has to do with Týr. Týr was the god who sacrificed his hand to the Fenris wolf in order to bind him and save humanity from Ragnarök. And he did not do this for power, but for order. And Gandalf repeatedly places himself between chaos and collapse. And he does not seek power in that sense. He accepts the responsibility. And this is not a manifestation of Odin's hunger. It's closer to Týr. And the one who pays the price so the world holds together, just like Týr did in the story. And then we have the clearest direct adaptation Tolkien ever made. It's the one of Túrin. In the Children of Húrin, he is cursed from birth. Wherever he goes, destruction follows. And he unknowingly enters a relationship with his sister, and at the end he takes his own life. And this is more or less the story of Kullervo from the Kalevala. Tolkien even began writing the story of Kullervo, and this is not to be seen as loose inspiration. This is basically a linear transmission rather. And if we look at the creation of Silmarillion, the creation described in Ainolindulai, if I pronounce that correctly, the world is not built, it's rather sung into existence. And in the Kalevala, knowledge and power are carried through song, famously. The one who knows the origin of things can shape reality itself. Creation through sound is not fantasy. It's an older way of understanding the world. And if we look even deeper into the rabbit hole, we have to look at the dwarfs. Because in the Hobbit, we have Thorin, we have Fili, Kili, Bofur och Bombur. These names comes straight from the prophecy of the seers, or Völvans spådom from the Poetic Edda. They are not reimagined, they are taken. And if we look at Sampo Silmarils and the ring in the Kalevala, Ilmarinen forges the Sampo, and it's a powerful object that is desired by all. It's stolen, it's fought over, and it's lost. Rings a bell? In Tolkien's world, the Silmarils and the One Ring. So both are objects that can concentrate power, and that brings conflict, and objects that are never possessed without consequence. And the pattern is older than both stories. And I think if we look at the core issue here, most explanations stop at these similarities, but it's just surface level theories. I think that it's quite evident that Tolkien just not borrowed stories. He inherited a way of seeing and understanding the stories themselves. It was a world where fate is real, knowledge has a price, and sacrifice is necessary. And power always carries a cost, like I've talked about on this channel so many times. So the next time you read Tolkien, you are not reading fantasy. Rather, you're encountering the echoes of the great stories, the mythological stories that you will remember from the North, from a time where stories were not entertainment, but orientation for life itself. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing and all that wonderful stuff if you enjoyed what you just saw here. And until next time, Tyrdom out.